Hello, horror fans, and welcome once again to the Horror Bees. It's day 25 of my 31 Horrors of October. And, well, this is going to be number 2 on my top 10 list of horror movies. This is going to be a little twisted. This is a series that near and dear to me, and the reason why it's a tie, it's a double feature, and I like both of these films so much. One, because it continues the journey, continues I'm gonna say like a grudge match, and the other, well, is a sequel, and it's my favorite of it. But enough explaining. Let's get down to the bread and butter of why I'm making this video. Now, my number 2 favorite horror movie is a sequel. And the sequel is Nightmare on Elm Street, Part 3, Dream Warriors. This is my favorite of the series. I enjoyed it a lot. Now, this is like the continuation to Nancy's fight against Freddy. Introduces these new characters like Christian and we got Joey, we got the puppet maker, Kincaid, the wizard, and I think the involvement of Wes Craven, although he wrote the story, it was based on a story co-written by, let me see. There was like 4 people involved. Chuck Russell was one of them, which he directed the Dream Warriors. I loved this movie so much. And this is one of my favorite horror movies. It's on number 2, but like I said, it's a tie, a double feature, and I'll explain why. I know it should have been my favorite, but obviously it's not. But with the number 2 slot is A Nightmare on Elm Street, the very first one. Now, why is it there? Because this is the first horror movie I watched when I was between the ages of 5 and 6. This introduced me to this world at this day. I'm so I love it. It's dear to me. It picks me up when I'm down. It's great. It's an awesome movie. And although I think, in my mind, I believe Part 3 is my favorite. It should have been standing alone. I had to include A Nightmare on Elm Street, just for the simple fact that it introduced me to the horror genre, and from there it just kick-started. This movie is great. It's awesome. The whole introduction to Freddy, and well, they belong together. Oh, this is introduction to Freddie and Nancy, and part 3, well, is the conclusion. And on that note, I'll leave it at that. I don't want to give too much detail, which I'll try and go into more detail later on. But for now, that'd be sufficient. I hope you like what you see. Thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed to hear more of my shenanigans and these horrible reviews, I'll see you tomorrow. Good night and sweet night.